So, I'm sure you've all heard by now what all happened with Rooster Teeth, what's all been happening, everything that's been coming out and stuff. I'm not a drama channel. I've never wanted to be a drama channel. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just, do gossip and things like that on my channel. So I don't think I'm the one to really address everything about it. There are plenty of other places you can go to find all the information about Rooster Teeth and Caden and all of it. There's a lot of it. I've voiced my opinions on Twitter, if you're curious about, what my on-the-moment reactions were to things that were coming out. I quote-tweeted everything and whatnot. And it's a lot, and I acknowledge that it doesn't really affect me. I'm not an employee there or anything. Ultimately, I am just an audience member and a fan, and I watch their stuff. And it's gotten to the point now where, and a lot of my channel is RWBY related, obviously, duh. 99% of you are here because of my RWBY content. And now with all this coming out, there's this sort of, question floating around between everyone who makes RWBY content, which is, do we continue to do that? At least I've been asking myself that. Do I continue to make RWBY content? Because I'm at the point where, after hearing about everything Rooster Teeth has done, I don't want to support them. And I don't care that they supposedly have gotten better. There are conflicting reports about how better it's gotten. Some people say it really is great and they really have changed, but also there is a very rotten history down to the core of Rooster Teeth that's just rotten. It's gross, it is misogynistic, it's transphobic, it's bigoted, it's racist, and they can't divert blame anymore, which was always the thing, because people say, well, I've known about this for a long time. No, you haven't. And maybe I'm just gullible, or maybe I'm just forgiving, but no, because beforehand they could shift blame, and I wanted to believe them. Oh, it wasn't them, it was the people in the comment section who were being wildly racist or sexist to Mika or Fiona. It wasn't them, it was Gray. Gray was the one acting like the animators were slaves. They were ignorant. They just didn't know any better, and they hurt so bad, and they cry on their podcast because they wish they had realized this sooner, and now it's gotten to the point where we can't avert the blame anymore. And I don't want to support this company, at least in the state that it's in, and I have not seen enough of anything to imply that it's better by any means. People can say stuff, but I don't know. With everything that's come out, I do not know. It is still a developing situation. Anything could change between now and next week for all we know. So I don't know. The thing is, and I wanted to address some of that here, specifically with my channel, because that is the one thing I do have control over, my channel. A lot of you are here for RWBY content. I'm not planning on doing anything RWBY related anytime soon, because it feels weird. It feels off. I don't want to do it right now, and specifically I wanted to address Volume 9 coming up. Even if I decide I'll keep watching RWBY, because that's the problem of, you want to support the animators who are working really hard, but they're being treated really poorly, so you want to support them, but it is impossible to support them without also supporting Rooster Teeth. If I give money, and a hypothetical, I give $5 to an animator by watching the show or something, getting a first membership or whatnot, and that money is intended for RWBY, I really have no idea where my money is going. For all I know, it can go back into the pocket of Gus, so he can go fly airplanes, or in the pocket of some person who is an alum who got put in a management position that they're unqualified for, but they got in the position because they're best buddies with the founding fathers and whatnot. I don't know where my money actually goes when I give them money. I don't know. I don't want to support people that scummy. And so it's a tricky situation. But regardless of all of that, I'm not gonna do weekly reviews for Volume 9. Even if things do get better down the line, I don't want to do weekly reviews for Volume 9. I've done weekly reviews, I did almost weekly reviews for Volume 6, and then I succeeded in doing weekly reviews for each episode for Volumes 7 and 8. And I'm very proud of myself for doing that. That was not easy to put those videos together. Every week, watching a video, you sit down immediately, you start writing your script or taking notes, you gotta record audio. Some of you, like, you pump out your reviews the same day as the episode comes out, and that blows my mind. That's not easy to do. And I just did that again with Ice Queendom. It's a very, like, it's easy to look at that and go, I'm proud of myself for doing that, for being on top of that. But you wanna know the secret? It's also really fucking boring. It is mind-numbingly boring to talk about one thing every single week. It's so boring. Going through Ice Queendom felt like a chore. And not only because I wasn't having fun with Ice Queendom, I liked Volume 7. I really liked Volume 7 a lot. And I liked the first half of Volume 8, and even those weekly, keeping up with it. It's hard, and it's boring, because I want to talk about a lot of other things. While I'm sitting there plugging away on my Ice Queendom reviews, I was just sitting there thinking about, I wish I could be talking about Madoka Magica, or Ever After High, or any of these other things. I wrote other scripts during that time, but I just didn't have the time to get to them, because I was stuck having all my energy and effort going to these weekly Ice Queendom reviews. And so when Volume 9 comes around, if I ever do go back to RWBY content, I might, I'm not sure. I'm not going to make a definitive yes or no yet, because I don't know what's going to happen down the line. But even if I do, I will not do weekly reviews for Volume 9. Beyond that, to just, like, putting all the complicated shit about Rooster Teeth aside, Volume 9 has done nothing to intrigue me. Like, all of the stuff that has come out for Volume 9 does not interest me at whatsoever. It doesn't help that Volume 8 ended really, really poorly, in my opinion. Volume 9 just does not intrigue me. I think all the teasers we've gotten look bad to me. Like, floating through space fighting Neo, and Neo keeps changing? Why? Why is Neo changing? Like, she's not tricking Ruby. Why? Why would she do that? I mean, well, given her fucking not-reaction to watching Yang plummeting to her doom, and just not even reacting to it afterwards, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually decided Ruby does not have object permanence anymore. But then, yeah, like, they falling into, like, a giant fart cloud? It looks like a fart cloud. I don't know what to tell you. Why would it go with this, like, poop-ass green color? Like, it literally looks like a cartoon fart cloud. Why did they go with that? Why not gold or blue? Why? And then the 4-minute long teaser we got. Ugh. It looks unfinished. After months and months and months of delays, pushback, we're working on it. And that's the thing. They fucking promised, oh, well, we're gonna delay it really far because we don't want our animators to have to go through crunch anymore. We want to make sure they have all the time to get it done and ready. And I believed them, but now we're finding out that might not have been the case at all. There's been conflicting reports, like I said, but no, it's the fact that shit got delayed because they don't know what they're doing, because they're fucking incompetent, and they put dumbasses in positions of power. But yeah, we wait and wait and wait, and we finally get this teaser, and it's fucking bad. No music. No background music whatsoever, which is dumb. The textures look flat and unfinished. Like, you see that bird, and it versus the background looks weird, and not like, oh, this is supposed to be Wonderland weird. It's just like, the background is unfinished. The background looks like a different fucking engine compared to the bird. And it's slow and boring and repetitive. Like, this is the big teaser you decided to show everyone to get them hyped for Volume 9. RWBY doing the same thing 4 times, like a moron. And I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe they just haven't gotten the music done yet. Or maybe they haven't gotten all the, like, texture effects done yet, whatnot. But at the end of the day, the pacing is what's really bad. It's so slow. It's monotonous. It's dumb. It's boring. And then, like, oh my god. Okay, the way they have RWBY here, she's like an actual toddler. Like, literally, no object permanence. Like, she's sad that doing the same thing 17 times in a row has yielded 0 different responses, which is a sign of insanity. And then she sits down to cry because she's upset, and then the mouse walks up, and she immediately is better. Like, just like, I'm sad and alone, and I can't find my friends, and everything's weird, and I don't know what's happening. Oh, a mouse! Heh. The mouse eats. Like, way to fucking make your main character look like a fucking child. Like, Why? Who thought this was a good direction? Ugh. And I don't like Little. I think Little looks ugly. Little does not look good in this engine, and I feel bad because apparently rigging Little was really, really hard, and that really sucks, but it looks ugly. It looks weird. I don't like it. And then the whole thing with her, like, yelling and babbling, like, confusedly, it does not work. It doesn't work. It doesn't sound good. Lindsay's performance is awful. The animation is, again, too slow for some reason, and I don't like it. And another thing is I hate that she gave Little the name Little. That's dumb. Like, clearly, this is, okay, imagine this. Take away the RWBY aspect of it, or the fact this is like some Wonderland scenario. Imagine there's just two characters, and they approach each other. And one character is like, "Hi, what's your name?" And character 2 is like, "Well, in my culture, what we do is we don't get names until we get, like, a job, a purpose in life. And then, once we achieve our purpose, we get named after our purpose." Clearly we can tell that by the what is. Like the how do you little, what is a little, like that is a thing, that is a thing you do. And so someone's like, "I don't get named until I find my purpose in life." And then the other character just goes, "I don't like that, so I'm gonna nickname you Timmy." I'm going to actively ignore the culture you just told me about, because it makes it easier on me to address you by a name. It'll make it easier to slap your name onto merch for us to sell later. It's just so dumb. I hate it. So yeah, that teaser, it has just been sticking. I didn't talk about it because I intended to talk about it when the episode came out, because I don't know what's going to change between now and the episode, but now it's like, well, I'm not going to talk about the episode in this much detail. And with this teaser in general, I'm not excited for it. I haven't been excited for Volume 9 in a while. And I know there's gonna be people in the comments like, "Oh, because RWBY's been bad for a long while anyway." Okay, great. I'm glad you feel that way. You have total access to your own opinions, but I haven't. I liked Volume 7 a lot. I liked Volume 8 to begin with. I was hoping it would be good. I'd rather sit here and be like, "I hope it's good," than be a fucking pissy, groany baby like some of you are. "Oh, it's gonna be bad. Why bother? Don't even watch it. It's gonna be so bad." Okay, great. I'm glad you enjoy being miserable all the fucking time. I'm glad you enjoy trying to make other people not excited for things because you enjoy being miserable and can't stand the idea of being excited for things. Great. What a fun fucking person you are. So yeah, it's all very complicated, and I wanted to talk about it. I could make like a post on Twitter or something, but not a lot of you follow me on Twitter or anything like that. So I figured I'd just address it here, because it should be something like said, because this does affect my channel. If you're here being like, "Oh, I can't wait for Volume 9 reviews," probably not gonna happen. Definitely not weekly reviews, and don't expect RWBY stuff for a while. I don't want to talk about Rooster Teeth for a while. Other than the RWBY animation challenge that I had, I'm not planning on doing anything in regards to RWBY for a little while. Definitely not for the rest of the year, which is fine, because now I gotta talk about other things, because sometimes it's fun getting to talk about things other than just fucking RWBY all the time, you know? So that's it. Not really much of a video, more of like an update, rant type deal. It's just, it's a lot. And I don't know, it seems like so much to do to just end up to the point of I don't know. But that's where we're at right now. I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.